All right, so UFC 5 first look trailer, gameplay, and features. This was just released. Let's check this out, man. Let's see what this thing looks like. I actually missed the premiere, but let's go right ahead and watch it. And let's see what happens. This is 4 minutes 26 seconds. Let's see this.
Stepping into the octagon is a fully immersive experience.
DC.
All at once, it becomes you, and it comes at you.
That's the authentic feeling of mixed martial arts we've been working to capture. And with EA Sports UFC 5, this is as real as it gets. For the first time in franchise history, UFC 5 is powered by the Frostbite engine.
And with the Frostbite engine, UFC 5 looks amazing, man. It really gave me those feelings of stepping into the cage.
It does look
good. The Frostbite engine makes a significant impact on the quality of characters and environments. With advanced rendering features, we can deliver even more realistic-looking fighters with industry-leading facial animation technology.
While the arts of mixed
roundhouse to the head, beautiful.
It does come with consequences.
Overhand.
And I can tell you, those consequences are nasty.
With UFC 5's all-new Real Impact system, cuts, bruising, and swelling accumulate in accurate locations on the body and have a realistic effect on gameplay. That all starts with the foundation of the Real Impact system, authentic damage.
Damage impacts your fighter's attributes during the game. So, if you got a cut bleeding into your eye, it will lower your defensive abilities on that side of the body. And if you take one too many kicks to your lead leg, you'll start to limp, your mobility will decline, and your attack power will drop. Guys, I've taken some calf kicks. They look just as painful in the game as they are in the octagon.
Working hand in glove with authentic damage is the all-new strategic element of doctor's checks and stoppages.
Doctor stoppage.
If you take serious damage, the ref might call in the doctor to check on you. Once you're cleared to keep fighting, you're going to have to switch up your strategy to protect that hurt area to keep the fight from getting stopped. And on the other side of this coin, can you make the most of your opponent's injury until the doctor has no choice but to stop the fight? While every fight starts
submissions.
On the feet, it should be just as fun to tangle on the ground. We got a new seamless submission system, and it really legitimizes the ground game in UFC 5.
The seamless submission system removes the minigames completely and functions as an extension of the overall ground game.
Kimura.
This delivers a much faster and far more intuitive experience, keeping the action on the ground fresh and fluid. Showcasing UFC's massive presentation updates in truly innovative fashion is the all-new Cinematic KO replay. Thanks to the power of Frostbite, players can now re-watch their finishing blows in stunning visual fidelity.
Those super slow motion finishes with all those cinematic camera angles and lighting, it really turns your knockouts into a work of art.
Plus, we've added improved interactions with the referee in ground and pound stoppages, and added the ability to go to a draw on the judges' scorecards and online play, which is something we know you've been asking for. UFC 5 is truly an extension of the UFC fan experience, thanks to Fight Week, an all-new series of features and challenges synced with real-world fight events that bring you more content and rewards than ever before, like the all-new alter egos, which let you play as your favorite fighters in their authentic career-defining moments, with up to 4 new alter egos dropping per month. It's a staggering level of content. Career Mode offers an all-new introduction, and Coach Davis is back to guide the player through their UFC career, along with help from none other than the Bullet herself, Valentina Shevchenko, who crushes it as an all-new NPC.
This is the best training facility in the world. There is no place like it.
Then there are new cinematics, locations, and a refined focus on onboarding. And last but not least, and trust me, it's not least, if you pre-order UFC 5, you'll receive a roster of legendary heavyweight fighters, including Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and the last emperor,
there we go,
Fedor Emelianenko.
Fedor? Come on, man. That's too good.
Thanks for joining us, DC, and thank you all for watching. We're excited for you to find out for yourselves that UFC 5 is as real as it gets.
All right, so as trailers go, I would give this trailer like a 6, 7 out of 10. Love the music. Love how it shows off the game's graphics for sure. Love the fact that it showed gameplay. I don't like the gameplay they use though. Like the gameplay that they use, it's not good, bro. A lot of the shots just look very amateurish, which just makes the game looks terrible. Like the way like the whoever is playing just look like just two very inexperienced players slugging it out. So it doesn't really paint the greatest picture. The damage system that they showcased is gorgeous, man. This right here is one of my favorite aspects of the game right now. Just this damage system. I mean, look at the bleeding, man. Look at the gash on the forehead right there. The way the blood trickles down all the way down to the chest. And of course, the fact that this actually affects gameplay now, right? As opposed to like in UFC 4 where, getting cut just doesn't really mean anything. If you get cut, if you get bruised, if your face is all bloody, who cares? Now, this can actually lead to a doctor stoppage, which of course is going to add to a whole new level of strategy when you're actually playing the game. How is it actually going to work? Like, if you make a cut, can you make that cut bigger? Can you make it worse? Can you target that same exact part of the face? What is that going to affect in terms of gameplay? Like, is that going to lower your ability to see shots coming from that side? Is it going to, lower your, is it going to increase damage? Things like that, right? We're still yet to see how all that's going to play out. Of course, this new KO camera right here really shows the action. It's essentially a very similar camera to the one they use in UFC 4, but a lot more enhanced, right? A lot more enhanced, and I think it's so much better. It's beautiful. Really love it. Like I said, not the biggest fan of some of the gameplay that they used. It looked like, they just kind of wanted to just capture, all right, let's just capture somebody causing a cut, and with no no thought into, all right, let's try to record something that's beautiful. So some of the gameplay just doesn't look too good, man. But what you will see though from this gameplay they showed is some of the newer animations in the game. I believe, where's that, the one with Amanda Nunes? I believe it's coming up right here. So right here, you see the new lead body hook, right? This is new. This lead body hook is not in UFC 4. It's a new body hook. I believe this right here, this big left hook that just whiffs completely, it is new. It's not in UFC 4. There are a bunch of new striking animations that we're going to see in the game. And then in the gameplay with Chito Vera, you notice this new calf kick animation. It's completely different from the one that's in UFC 4. You're also going to notice a right hook, I believe. He throws that right hook right there. This big right hook. That right hook also is newer in UFC 5. The uppercut too. You're gonna notice some of the uppercuts that you see in there. They're newer. So they captured a bunch of new animations for strikers with lower levels, for strikers with higher levels, and it's all gonna be tied to move levels, just like in UFC 4, depending on like how proficient you are at the strike you throw is going to determine like which animation you get, and also the way you throw it, right? Like there's the fighters with their own unique set animations are still in the game, like the Conor McGregor's with his Celtic cross, with Nate Diaz with that big looping cross that he throws. All that is of course still going to be available. Yeah. Right there showcasing some of like, look at this, some of the newer hit reactions, right? And you see these icons that you're seeing at the top right there. I'm sure we're all gonna get into those icons a little bit more, but like look, that icon at the top right there kind of looks like a leg getting damaged. The way Conor McGregor stumbles, some of the newer hit reactions that we're gonna get in the game, as it gets sat down right there with the calf kick. There were some jarring things in there that like I will definitely say is a little bit disappointing. Like I'm noticing right now that with every single doctor stoppage scene that I've seen right here, the height of the referee, the fighter, and the doctor it all matches completely. Which of course is kind of like, like I understand what happened here. It's whoever they used to mocap it, right? They try to use people with the same heights to do the motion capture. And then, you know, in the cutscene, they just scale up the fighters to just... So, like, if you're using a female fighter, you know, it doesn't matter. She's going to be the same height as the doctor and the same height as the referee. It's something small, but it's also something that if you're a fan of MMA, you're going to notice it the moment you look at it, right? And you kind of we saw the same thing. We'll get back to these seamless submissions because I'm very excited about that. But you kind of notice the same thing in this scene right here. Like, these are flyweights, man. Like, this is Herb Dean. This is a flyweight Brandon Moreno and a flyweight Pantoja, and they're all the same height, which, of course, again, it's just... I wish they didn't have to do this, man. I wish there was a better way to do this where the fighters actually remain the same height and you don't have to do this, because it's jarring. The moment you see it, it just like, it catches your eye instantly. Like, yo, what the hell? Why are they the same height? Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? So, definitely don't like that. But let's go back here. Let's go back to where they started talking about the seamless submissions, because this part is extremely exciting for me personally. As somebody that's, you know, I'm real heavy into jiu-jitsu right now, and I've complained ad infinitum about the grappling system and specifically the submissions in UFC 4 and how, like, I'm so tired of mini games, man. Like, we've been asking for transition-based submission system that follows the same logic of the ground game. It doesn't create two different games in one where you're grappling and then when you enter a submission, next thing you know, you're playing a freaking stupid minigame. So I'm glad they're done with the minigame. That's gone. Of course, we're going to learn more as we get our hands on the game exactly how this seamless submission system works, how it really works. But I think it is, I mean, for the first time in any MMA video game, this is the first time that it's been done, and I think they deserve a lot of credit for that, because stuff like this is not easy to do. It does take a lot of balls to try to do something like this, because, hey, people might like it, they might not like it, but at least the mini game is gone. At least this is an integration of the ground game into submission. You're grappling, you enter submissions, and you keep grappling. It doesn't take you out of it, and your freaking screen gets filled up with a freaking mini game that you now got to start playing. So that really makes me excited, as they got to do something about Charles's hair too, man. Like, I don't know what's going on with his hair. It's all freaking patchy. It's not blonde enough. Like, you know, this is all stuff that they'll definitely have to improve as the game drops. Like, he usually has like beach blonde, platinum blonde, but right here it's all like, he has this like greenish weirdness to it. These are all things that players are definitely going to notice. It's gonna stand out. Like, it doesn't just get glossed over. You know what I mean? But right here, he enters this outside ashi. He's gonna go. He looks like he's about to go for the heel hook, but Islam steps over, and as he steps over, he's going to end up in backside right there. Right there, he goes for that outside ashi heel hook again, but this is beautiful right here as his opponent attempts to escape. He's attempting to pull the leg out. This happens all the time. You're going to get, that gets transformed into a calf slicer. So Charles Oliveira is going to throw that right leg over, throw it right over the calf right there. Boom. Laka Sankaku come up, pull him back. And that is a clean calf slicer, man. Gorgeous. Right there is, this one's new. That wasn't in UFC 4. The calf slicer wasn't in UFC 4 either. But this beautiful Kimura from bottom half guard that sweeps him, actually sweeps him over, and you end up on top. That's gonna be a very good. It's gonna be good to actually get sweeps as well. He does that again, but right there he counters. Beautiful counter. We saw this counter in it was GSP versus Matt Hughes. GSP stepped, tried to get the Kimura. Matt Hughes passes the guard into side control, steps over to the other side, and gets that beautiful armbar. So I'm very glad to see this submission in the game. And right there, it looks like, man, the moment you enter TBS, it can get locked up. So this is going to be a very interesting system to see how everybody adjusts to it. It looks like the ground game is finally going to actually be dangerous, like truly, truly dangerous. They showed a little bit of ground and pound, not too much. but they mostly wanted to showcase the referee interactions, which I know is a big thing that people have been asking for. Right there, as the referee steps in to stop the fight. Some of the ground and pound looks very similar to what we've seen before, but there have been some changes for sure, as we're going to see when we get our hand. Man, this is still so jarring, bro. This whole knowing that these are fucking flyweights, man, just, it is still so jarring. Like, it's like, oh my God. Hopefully they can not do that again. Showcasing some of the game modes.
Thanks to Fight Week, an all-new series of features and challenges synced with real-world.
This Fight Week thing is something that I'm definitely interested in for sure, and I'm gonna be taking a look at it, because I believe it doesn't just offer you, like, you from here you'd be able to win, like, I believe they talked about you'd be able to win fighters or something like that. I'm sure we'll learn more about it. But usually stuff like this doesn't really interest me. But this time I'm actually curious about it. Right there you've got Conor McGregor. This is vintage 50 G's, baby. Conor McGregor. You've got this beautiful Bruce Lee character model. I love this character model. The fact that he actually has this outfit, and it looks like he actually steps into the octagon with it. So that's good. I'm happy about that. Conor, overhand. Look at that. That looks good. And this John Jones. Oh my God, this is straight up vintage John Jones with the way he used to wear his beard and everything. And they showed kickboxer Mobolaji Adesanya right there. I'm so happy with this character model. I can't wait to try all this out. Career mode, this Coach Davis is back. You know, we'll definitely be taking a look at career mode. Hopefully it is more in depth than the last one. You know, we'll see. And again, the same thing happened here. I noticed this instantly. Like, look at how big Valentina Shevchenko is. It's because when they're doing the motion capture for these scenes, you know, a lot of times they have two actors, and I guess for whatever reason, just so they don't have difficulties with scaling, I guess they try to have two people that are the same exact height to do it. But I don't know, man. It just looks weird because you know how tall Valentina Shevchenko is. You know she's not freaking. But look at, you know, she's not. She's like 5'6", right? 5'6", 5'7", something like that. Maybe even shorter. But here she looks like she's at least 6 foot, maybe 5'11" or something like that. It's just very, very like noticeable. You know what I mean? Like everyone's just the same height. They already do something very similar on the ground, by the way. Like on the ground, no matter who it is that you're using, the moment you guys hit the mat, you actually become the same size. The fighters, they shrink to become the same size. It's like concessions they have to make for gameplay, right? So I get it. I understand it. I just wish there was a better way to do it, because I feel like we've seen other video games do this better, you know? Right there, showing some of these KOs. Man, they did some of these fighters dirty in this KO. Tony Ferguson catching this fucking front kick. Poor Dominic Cruz getting caught with this roundhouse to the head. GSP slumping Usman with a freaking Superman punch. And then this gorgeous uppercut from My Balls Is Hot. So there you go, man. That is the trailer. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about it. As always, bro, like, you know, to me personally, I'm very excited for UFC 5. A vast majority of what I've seen has been positive for me. All right, it's gonna be different for everybody depending on what you're looking for in the game. Based on the things that I'm personally looking for, a vast majority of what I've seen with UFC 5 has been positive. One, I'm so excited about the submission system. Like, that alone has brought my excitement with UFC 5 to a whole new level, because it has been a big pet peeve of mine for a very, very long time, submission mini games. As somebody I am all about jiu-jitsu right now, understand that it's a huge feature for me. All right, for some of you, it might mean absolutely nothing, right? If you don't want to grapple, if all you care about is striking, like some people, all they care about is like, are they press conferences in career mode? If there's no press conference in career mode, I'm not buying this game. It depends on what you, I guess, find what means the most to you. You know what I mean? So, I'm I'm really excited for a vast majority of what I've seen, and the things about the game that I don't like so far are like little nitpick things. Like, it's really nothing big or game breaking for me. Maybe when I get my hands on it and actually start playing it, if we come across some issues, we're definitely gonna critique it hard, like we always do. That's never changing. But for the most part, man, I'm excited, bro. I'm looking forward to this thing. I can't wait for the beta to drop so that we can actually dive into this and people can get their hands on it and we can start playing online and finding bugs and finding issues and addressing them. That's really where my mind is at right now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this trailer. I think the trailer could have been better, bro. It really could have been, like I said, about 6, 7 out of 10 I'd give it. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about it. If you enjoyed it, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. And let me know what your thoughts are. And I will see you guys later with a brand new one. As always, stay safe. Peace out, boys. Have a good one.